Hi, everybody. It's Sandy Boucher back again, and it's Sunday, so it's time for Sunday with Sandy. So, how the heck are you, you amazing human being, you? Or today's question, which is even more important, who are you? Now, normally I'm talking about things like reconciliation and oppression and discrimination and all those incredibly heavy topics. But before I focused on that, I was always interested in empowerment, and not only how you could empower someone else, but self-empowerment. Because one of the things I've come to realize with age, which is truly a blessing for those of us who get to be older, I've come to realize that there has to come a point in time where you decide who you are. And it has nothing to do with the opinions or judgment of others. For example, I'm an intelligent human being. Creator gifted me with a brain that has allowed me to comprehend many different concepts and theories and ideas over the years. That is not determined by how many degrees I have, or how many certificates, or how many courses I've taken. Whether, even if I lived somewhere and never had those opportunities, I would still be intelligent. And in fact, I've met many intelligent, but not necessarily educated people. And we have to really be careful not to confuse the two. So when I ask you, who are you? I want you to tell me, like, are you a kind person? Or is that dependent on how someone else treats you? Because then they're the ones driving the bus. Are you a compassionate person, a caring person, or does it depend what group the person you care about belongs to? Or, God forbid, the color of their skin? Are you, I don't know, determined, hardworking? Are you funny? Are you caring? All of these traits are your choice. And no, it doesn't matter what happened to you. I know incredibly funny people living in the worst poverty that I wouldn't wish on anyone. I know kind and caring and giving people who have nothing to give, yet somehow still find a way to do that. Hi, Keith. Thanks for joining. It's not decided by someone else's opinion. And my mom would call it being a leaf in the wind. If who we are or how we behave is always a reaction to someone else, then we're that leaf getting blown around by the storm, and the storm's the one in charge. I like who I am, and I decide who I am in the morning, and that's the person I am when I go to sleep at night. I don't live my life in reaction because I've chosen the woman that I want to be, and truth be told, I'm damn proud of the woman I turned out to be. Hi, Keith, and I mean the other Keith. Thanks for joining. So I really want you to think about that today. Who are you? Because as I said before, it's a choice, and I actually have a story to reinforce that. Now, probably not a big surprise to you, when I was a teenager, I was pretty headstrong, and my dad and I would butt heads on a regular basis. Now, this story may sound familiar to you if you've read my first book, because it's in there. Now, I happened to be, I believe I was in grade 12. It was exam week, so the kids are off school. My dad was retired at that time and at home. My mom had to work. And my dad and I have been button heads for a long time. Like, do not leave us alone in a room together, because it's not going to end well. Well, on this particular day, on the calendar, I didn't have any exams and my brothers did. Dad was off work, Mom had to work. It meant Dad and I were going to be alone at home together for an entire day. I am very embarrassed to admit that my mom seriously contemplated calling in sick or booking a day off, which she never did. because she was actually concerned whether she would have a home to come home to, or a daughter or a husband, because it wasn't going to end well. So because of that, of course, I promised my mom I was going to behave. And of course, Dad was always reassuring and told her it would be fine. And then it came to that day. And I woke up in the morning and I could hear my dad humming away in the kitchen, doing whatever. My dad was the happiest person on the planet. And he was always humming and singing. So I heard that, and honestly, embarrassing again, I thought his constant humming was really annoying. I wasn't a happy teenager. I was emotional, and the world was a terrible place, and that's how I looked at it. And his constant happiness just irritated me. But before I got out of bed that morning, thank God, I made a decision. I decided that for once, I was going to shut my mouth. I was just going to listen if Dad wanted to tell me a story, and I was going to laugh at every dumb joke he came up with. And with that decision, I got out of bed and started my day. As it says in my book, at the end of that day, I realized my dad was hilarious. My dad had the most amazing stories. My dad loved me and loved my mom. My dad was a treasure and a gift that I had been so wrapped up in myself that I almost missed. Truth be told, 2 months later, we lost Dad. So I'm doing this message today, this video today for you, because I don't want you to miss out on anything else. Today, you decide that you're going to be amazing, that you're going to be kind, that you're going to be caring, and it doesn't matter what they do. Because what you might find out is that person that's been really annoying when you looked at them through that lens of judgment is actually one of the sweetest people you've ever met. And considering we never know how long we have with the people in our world, I think it's about time that we truly start appreciating them. So ask yourself the question, who are you? Who do I get to hang out with if we go for coffee? I know you're amazing. I just want you to realize it. And more, I want you to decide to show the world you're amazing. Until next week, I hope you have a super duper double delicious week, because that's exactly what you deserve. I love you. Talk to you next week. Bye-bye.